Hi YouTube, welcome back to my channel. In today's video we are going to discuss about powders. We are going to talk about face powders, setting powders, mattifying powders, primer powders, and all the powders that you can think of. So if you are interested into this video, please stay connected with me until the very end, and don't forget to subscribe yourself to my channel. Please like this video, share it around, and drop me a comment in the section down below. So first thing first, I'm going to show you the kind of powders that I own, and I will start with the one that I use as face powders, and this one is the Maybelline Fit Me Matte Poreless powder in the shade Sun Beige. So I use this powder as my face powders. That means whenever my makeup is completely on, I use it to set my face. And this is what the powder looks like. I'm sorry for the physical appearance. I've been using it for quite some time now, and it comes with a small mirror. And the next powder I'm going to show you, it's written black opal, but this is not a black opal powder. This is a dupe, and this is a loose powder. So if you want to know the difference between loose powder and compact powder, when you have a powder that looks like this, that you can just pick up or you can just pour, this is a loose powder. And the Maybelline Fit Me powder is a compact powder. You see, it looks like an eyeshadow. It stays in one place. And next, I'm using this. I don't know what brand this is, guys. I bought it off from the market. I don't really care about big branded powders as long as you match my skin tone or you do the job that I need you to do. I am definitely going to buy you. And this is also another loose powder. I hope you can see the color properly. I've been using this for I think 2 or 3 years now. So these are the 3 face powder that I use. I don't only use them on my face, I use them on my eyes when I am about to do an eyeshadow game. Whenever I apply an eye primer, I need to set my primer before applying my eyeshadows. So if I have an eyeshadow that looks like this, I will definitely use it to set the eye primer. But if I don't, I will use one of my face powder to set the eye primer into place. And to apply face powders, you need such a large and fluffy soft brush. This one is the DUPE face powder brush. This is from the purple set, and I'm going to name the set in my description box, so please check it out. This is how large the face powder needs to be, so that you can just blend the products all around your face, your neck, and everywhere else you need to blend. Next thing I'm going to show you is my prime and set. This is a primer, a mattifying, and a setting powder by Swiss Beauty. You know, I am such a fan of Swiss Beauty products, and this is a white loose face powder. I've been using it I think once or twice, and I'm quite impressed with the work this powder can actually achieve. Primer means that you can use it on your face before applying your foundation, and you can also use it on your face right after applying your foundation. So if you use it before your foundation, that means you primed your face. If you use it after your foundation, that means you mattified your face. And if you decide to add a second layer after your foundation, or if you decide to use it on top of your concealer for highlighting, that means you are setting your face. And the next powder I'm going to show you is the LA Girl Pro powder, and this one is in the shade Yellow Banana. This is a very popular face powder, and it's a loose formula. It's very light, it's yellowish. So this is mostly for setting the concealer that you use as a highlighter. That means right here. I'm going to do a little demonstration for you a little bit later, and I'm also going to show you the Mars Cosmetic Trend and Setting Powder in the shade Banana. This one is more yellowish than the LA Girl Pro powder. I also used it a few times, and I am quite satisfied with the job it's doing. So now I'm going to show you how you use the yellow banana powder as a setting powder before I put on my face powder so that you can see what I've been talking about. So when you're doing your highlights, you need a concealer, and this one is the MAC Cosmetic concealer in the shade NC45, and this is a studio finish concealer. I really hate highlighting my face with concealer. I actually have a lot of difficulties to blend the concealer out and to make it look nice, so I always feel like I look crazy whenever I'm doing this. But let me just do a little bit of something so that you guys can understand what I'm talking about. So first, I am applying the concealer on those places where you need to highlight, you know, those places where the light naturally hits us on the face, and these are the forehead, the bridge of the nose, the underneath part of our eye, and the chin. So I'm just going to add a second layer of the concealer so that it can show properly, and at the same time I will be blending out the concealer because I don't want it to stay unblended on my face for a long time. It will be very difficult for me to blend it out. So to blend the concealer, let me tell you again, you need such a brush. And what I usually like to do is to take my foundation brush to blend out the concealer so that my foundation can actually lower the intensity of the concealer. And this is the Kabuki foundation brush by DUPE Cosmetic. So now I'm going to apply some banana powder, and I'll be using the MAC Cosmetic Trend setting powder, and for this I'll be using a small highlighting brush. I'm just going to dab the brush into the powder and then dab it onto my face. I'm not the kind of person who likes to bake, so I'm definitely not going to show you how to bake. I'm just showing you how to set your face with your highlighting powder. Then I'm quickly going to dust off the powder that I just deposited on my face because I don't want my face to whiten. And that's pretty much it. So if you are the kind of person who likes baking, then you have to apply a thicker layer of powder on your face. Then you have to dab it onto the skin, build the concentration, the amount of the powder, and let it set for as long as needed. So now onto the face powder. I'll be using my DUPE Black Opal face powder, and like I told you, this is also a loose formula. I'll be using my large face powder brush, and I'll just be dragging the powder on my face in a very small amount. I'm just dusting off the powder onto my skin. If you're not wearing any eyeshadow, you can also set your eyes for the second time with a face powder just by dusting it like this. And that was it for the face powder tutorial. I hope it wasn't too short, and I hope it wasn't boring. I hope you learned something, and please do let me know what face powder that you guys are using. I don't spend much money on face powder because for me they don't really matter. And thank you so much for watching this, and I will see you again in my next tutorial.